now, it's time for Building San Diego. Joining us today is the founder of I Sell the City Real Estate, Jorge Verdugo.
George, what's up, man?
Good morning. How you doing?
Thanks for coming on the show. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to Building San Diego. This is where we're telling you about all the stuff that's being built in San Diego. And you guys have, we have a really cool brokerage that we want to talk about today. And you're building in Mission Hills, which is like, I don't even know, how did you find like a place to build homes in Mission Hills? Are they like tear downs or were they empty lots or?
So I think the interesting part about Mission Hills is that you have some small subset neighborhoods, and a lot of the properties that people see in Mission Hills are view properties with lots of square footage with regards to lot size, and not a lot of usable lot normally. Usually you have lots that are, you know, down the side of a canyon or on a hill, and you have these builds that are, you know, houses that are tiered into, you know, split levels. And we were fortunate enough to find a project that is going to be a scrape, but it happens to be on a flat lot that's over 5,000 square feet from street to alley in the walking area of Mission Hills. If you're familiar with some of the restaurants that are down there, Brooklyn Girl and the patio, and you know, you'll be able to walk to those from this property.
That's awesome.
So we were really excited to find a property with a flat lot to build on.
I just don't know how you found it. I mean, it's just such a, you know, it's such a hard place to find places to build. You know, I mean, Mission Hills is, listen, it's not, I don't want to say it's an old neighborhood, but it's one of those neighborhoods where a lot of people transplant from OB or La Mesa, like OB, La Mesa, Mission Hills. You see a lot of people moving around in those different areas. And just not a place where you expect to see new homes being built. But you guys sell a lot of real estate, but you also develop, and this is one of those developments where you guys, did you have the plan to go to Mission Hills? Were you looking there, or were you just trying to find a good deal?
I think that our plan is always to find great deals no matter where they are. But being downtowners and being extremely familiar with the metro area, we're always looking exclusively in downtown, North Park, South Park, Mission Hills. And when we came across this property, we really fell in love with the charm of Mission Hills, the fact that you could have, you know, a family that's looking for a larger luxury home, but still wants to be close to the city. And it's a 5-minute commute from downtown and in a walkable neighborhood. Once we found this property, we immediately started to think bigger, and we started looking around that same neighborhood. And we recently acquired another property that's a 7,000 square foot lot, flat, and we'll be building, the first home will be about 2,600 square feet, and the second home will be 28 to 3,000 square feet. Both of them will have granny flats, so you'll have an income property on the back of, you know, next to the alley above the garage, or you'll have a place for your mother-in-law suite, which works really well for growing families. And I think the appeal, like I said, is having a property in Mission Hills where there's such high density, and allowing you to have a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, you know, 2,500 plus square foot property with enough space left for a backyard and a house that you can really grow into.
A new construction.
New construction.
A new house, brand new, all yours. Do you have any ideas on what the price points will be for those two?
The price point's going to be 1.95 to 2.2.
Okay.
In about 12 months.
In about 12 months from now.
And we're working really hard on design and finishes. I think that a lot of the investors out there are very passionate about buying properties and flipping them or building them, and you know, they're mainly concerned about the bottom line. And I'd be lying to you if I say that, you know, we are not concerned about the bottom line, because we are an investment company. But we care about the product that we're transferring to the next owner, and we want them to enjoy it 6, 12 months, 5 years down the line. So we've really dove into layout and what the footprint looks like and what the finishes are like and how livable is the property. And it's something that we really take a lot of pride in. I mean, the name of our investment company is Neighborhood Improvement Project, and we really like to think that we improve neighborhoods. And we make neighborhoods not only look and feel better, but bring in a new feel, and families that might have, you know, not come into this neighborhood are now, exploring the possibilities of living near the city.
Bringing new great comps.
Exactly.
I mean, the new construction, you just can't beat it, especially in that price range. I mean, a lot of times people in that price range, they're buying stuff that's, 70s, 80s on the coast or whatever it may be. Mission Hills. And I know you guys are down in downtown, and that's a big focus area for you. We've had Jason Cassidy on the show before talking about downtown, who works for your brokerage. And I think that there's, you're seeing a lot of development in downtown right now too.
You are.
A lot of stuff's being built, idea districts going off, idea one's happening right now. So I think there's probably a lot in the future to talk about as far as Building San Diego is concerned in downtown San Diego. But it's these little one-off, developments that really make a big difference in the neighborhood, because each one of those homes that you're building can have a dramatic impact on surrounding, 6-8 block radius. It's amazing what an impact that can have. And that's what, Building San Diego is all about, is about letting people know that this is what's being built. When you see the construction going on, when you see this happening, this is what's happening. This man here has put his money up and said, all right, we're gonna improve this area, we're gonna build this great house here, and someone's gonna live there and they're gonna be your neighbor. So a lot of people want to know about that stuff.
That's correct. I mean, the market is not only being driven by the large developers, but the infill developers are the ones that are really shaking things up, because they're taking something that other people are unwilling to really, take on as a project and work on it for the length of time that it takes to develop one of these properties, and improving little pockets that at the end of the day are going to turn into, really great opportunities for people to move into.
No question. And if you live in a neighborhood where you've seen like one of those empty lots just sitting there with weeds on it and some old fence or something like that, and it's such an eyesore, and then if you come back 5 years later and you see a beautiful home there, you really see the difference that it makes in a neighborhood. So congratulations on that. That's really cool stuff.
Thank you.
I want to talk about I Sell the City, your brokerage.
So yeah, exciting.
Yeah.
We opened our company about 5 years ago. We started as a city consulting group. We were managing a sizable investment fund. We were flipping a lot of properties. Our experiences in the investment world, we've flipped over 250 properties in the past 4 years, and that market has slowed down quite a bit. And in the interim, we've started to take some of those strategies that we used to help investors maximize their investments, and turned around and applied them to buyers and to sellers to help them think like an investor. Right? Whenever people are buying and selling real estate, usually they have their list of needs, and a lot of times they're not thinking about the future investment potential of their purchase or sale. And that's where I Sell the City comes in. We have gotten a lot of feedback from our clients. Our clients love our website. Our website has always been isellthecity.com. And people feel like when we represent them on the sale or on the purchase of their property, that once we get past the ABCs of real estate, here's your kitchen, here's your bathroom, this is walnut flooring, these are Calcutta marble countertops, we go out onto the balcony and we start talking about, that's the new Pendry Hotel going up. This was just bought by the Ritz-Carlton. And we start talking about the surroundings, because whether it be downtown San Diego, North Park, South Park, or Encinitas, really you're buying into the culture of the community that you're moving into, the neighborhood. And we don't just sell condos, we sell the city. And that's where I Sell the City was born. In about 30 days, we will be rebranding our company completely. We will be I Sell the City Real Estate. And we're going to be partnering up with a lot of local real estate agents in little communities throughout San Diego, and possibly outside areas. And, really locking elbows with those neighborhood area experts that are going to lead their clients down the right path so that they can make a good investment.
I tell you, you mentioned something there I think is really important for people to pay attention to, which is, in most of these areas, the game plan for what's going to happen for the next 10 or even 15 years has already been put in place in most areas, meaning like what's going to happen, what is the city going to do with this road, what's going to happen with that area, that's going to become commercial zoned, which means they'll probably build this there or whatever. And downtown San Diego is really no different. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, but if you know where to look or you know who to talk to, you can find out what's coming. I think that's important for people who are buying in new areas to know, like, what is this going to look like? I mean, how many times have you seen or dealt with someone who, bought in a neighborhood that was nice and quiet, and then all of a sudden a big road got developed, it came right through their front yard, and all of a sudden they're on, they're basically living right off of a highway, and it just changes the whole dynamic of where they live. But if they'd looked, they'd seen that road development had been on the docket for 5 years and was going to happen, for sure. So I think that's when you talk about selling the city, you're not just talking about what it looks like today. If someone plans to be there 10, 15 years, you're talking about what's it going to look like 10, 15 years from now too.
Exactly. And it all comes down to your return on investment, because everybody who's buying real estate, whether it be your second home, your vacation home, or your principal residence, you need to think about it as an investment, because at some point, you will be moving that property, whether it be as an inheritance or as a sale to climb the property ladder or as a downgrade. And knowing what's going on in your surroundings is such an important piece of the puzzle when it comes to buying and selling real estate. And we feel really good about being able to provide that service to our clients, and not just opening the door to the listing, but really diving deep into the important aspects of the community.
I tell you, you said it perfectly. Whether you like it or not, at some point, you can choose to not look at it like an investment, but at some point, you will be looking at it like an investment, because you will be looking at a HUD statement, and you'll be looking at how much is coming to you. That's going to happen, or how much you have to pay. You're going to get to that point at some point when you sell this property. So whether you want to look at it like an investment today or you want to wait until later, it's going to be an investment at some point. George, thank you so much for coming on today, man.
Thank you for having me, Derek. I appreciate you.
George from isellthecity.com. Thank you for watching Smarter San Diego TV. Check us out next week, same time, same channel. We'll see you there.